This raises a lot of questions about how the president is doing in selling his plan, because just yesterday he said that it's not just his reputation and his credibility that's at stake here. Listen to this.
My credibility is not on the line. The international community's credibility is on the line. And America and Congress's credibility is on the line, because we give lip service to the notion that these international norms are important.
Well, this is after the president said that if the red line was crossed, there would be action. Then he said the red line was crossed, and he believes that the United States should act in this case. And I'm joined now by Illinois GOP Congressman Adam Kinzinger, who is a member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee and was in that hearing yesterday. Congressman, welcome. Good to have you here.
Good to be here. Thank you.
You know, I saw you last night. You were talking to Greta last night and talking about how the president is doing in selling this plan and selling his belief and his commitment to this. How is it feeling right now in the House of Representatives?
Look, it doesn't feel good right now for this thing to pass. As you know, I support it. I think it's the right thing to do. America has put down a red line for 3 decades, whether it's the Gulf War, whether it was the no-fly zones in Iraq. But when the president speaks on this, I don't see a level of real passion to say this is what we have to do. I see what I've seen in the president for the last 5 years, a man that when he talks about international affairs, hedges. The same guy that said we're going to surge into Afghanistan at the same breath said, but we're pulling all the troops out in 2014, and has yet to give a single speech of what America's interest is in Afghanistan. So, look, while I agree that the strike needs to happen because Bashar al-Assad needs to see that the cost of using chemical weapons exceeds the benefits of using chemical weapons, the president's got to get out there and do a better job of selling this. Secretary Kerry's doing a great job of talking about what the interest is, but he's a Secretary of State. The President of the United States has got to be the person selling this, and I don't know where he is. I don't know what he's doing. He's not selling this.
You know, he's in St. Petersburg, and he's maybe going to try to sell the idea to Vladimir Putin. He said that he's tried to encourage him to come to his side. I think that sounds very, very unrealistic at this point. You're chuckling. I guess you agree.
Yeah, keep hitting the reset button with Russia. Maybe eventually Russia will come around. If they do anything, Putin will stall. He will try to buy time for his great ally, Bashar al-Assad. The international community, I think the president should maybe try to sell this to the American people first. Look, I wish him luck at the G20 summit. I hope he can bring more folks on board. But the reality is this. Anything in front of the United Nations, Russia's going to shut down. They've made it very clear. And the reason our allies aren't following us is because our allies look for American leadership and follow it. They don't see leadership right now, so what do they have invested in this to back us? I mean, the President of the United States has to be a salesman for what American power and strength around the globe means, and he's been absent.
Yeah, I'm hearing from you, and we heard from Peter King earlier, 2 Republican House of Representative members who will be voting on this, that you're waving your arm saying, you know, Mr. President, we're on your side. We are supporting you in this, but we need you to lead the way. And the belief that that's not happening.
A sophomore congressman can't sell this to the American people. The President of the United States needs to do it. And I'm going to continue to go out and talk about the need to do this because I think it's right. But the President's got to do the same thing.
You are former Air Force, Special Operations, and I'm curious what you think about the pictures that are emerging today of rebels in Syria holding guns over shirtless men who are crouching in front of them. It's a horrific picture on the front of the New York Times, and there's no doubt that it's going to get a lot of attention from the American people, and they're going to say, these are the guys that you want to back?
Sure, and I still serve in the Air National Guard as a major, and I'll tell you what, I mean, there's no doubt that the rebels, probably 15 to 20% of them was the latest estimate I heard, are actually extremists. But that means a huge majority of the rebels are moderates and people that really want a secular government. This is why 2 years ago, the President of the United States needed to come out and have CIA vetting opposition groups for those that are supportive of American causes and want to get rid of Bashar al-Assad with a democratic government. And he didn't do anything. He was absent. He put this red line out a year ago. I didn't hear people complain about it then, by the way. But, you know, he's been completely absent in terms of supplying the rebels. So are there bad factions in Syria? Yes. Is there any good outcome to Syria? Not really at this point because the president's been absent in leadership.
You know, I mean, you raise a great point and something that I've thought a lot about. Did we miss our moment in Syria? And if you do miss your moment, can you get it back? And is it more dangerous to act than not to act?
Well, I don't know if we've missed our moment. I think there is still a shimmer of hope, a glimmer of hope there. But on this specific thing that we're debating here in Congress, the purpose isn't necessarily, as the president stated, to get involved in the middle of a civil war. That's something that has to be debated among the administration and the arming side of things. This is a question of, do we send a message to the world that chemical weapons, where children are aware of the fact that they're suffocating to death at the end of their life, are we going to send a message to the rest of the world that this is unacceptable, as we've said it's been since World War I? Americans have never faced chemical weapons on the battlefield since World War I because we've made very clear that this is something we do not tolerate. So Bashar al-Assad has got to know that any attempt to use chemical weapons, something that we abhor as a country because of the goodness of our heart, will be met with a cost that far exceeds anything he can gain by using them.
Adam Kinzinger, Congressman, thank you very much. Good to have you with us. We hope you'll come back. I'd like to talk to you about it again.